There we go. Kill the sound, so like that we're not gonna get some feedback like last time. And there we go. So welcome. As you saw from the title, today I'm going to be drawing a sketch card of Nightmare Freddy. As you, the ones who at least know me at least a little bit, probably noticed that Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is coming out in October, if I'm not mistaken, 31st of October this year. And I've been doing a series of FNAF sketch cards. So today's soundtrack is going to be Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, so there's going to be a good chance that I'm going to hum. And I got my card here, got all my pencils ready, get in the camera, and my reference. Of course, this time I'm not really going to do an exact copy. I was thinking of more of an original pose to go with this one. So as what I'm seeing right now, I got at least one other person watching, either that or I'm watching myself, and it's freaking creepy. So let's get started. I'm just gonna put the volume a little bit up in case I don't have much to say. Just a tad, not too much. I'm already close enough to the microphone, don't want to get you guys deaf. So I'm gonna get started now. I always like to get started with construction lines. Helps me get situated. So of course we don't really have this angle of a Nightmare Freddy to work off of. So I'm just gonna make it up as I go. I don't even know what his ears look like. So you know what I'm gonna do? Damn right I'm going there. Of course, can't forget their little top hats. I might revisit them when the game will be out. Sorry. So, might as well have fun with this for now. So, as far as games go, did you guys play Super Mario RPG? The first one, Legend, the 7 Stars. One of the best ones back when I really liked Square's stuff. Big hands with big pointy scary fingers. to make this a little thicker. He's supposed to be a nightmare, so I hope you guys sleep tonight. And if you see him in there, flick the lights on and off a little bit. That should scare him off. That's the part when you go to Bowser, and that's the intro. You're still not officially in the game yet. And let's see, I think, well, for now he only has one set of teeth, as far as we know. He has joints in the middle of his fingers. Of course, I only get to the really deep details once I get to the penciling part. So yeah, he looks silly with those little Freddies as ears, but I don't care. That's how I feel like drawing him, so that's how I'll draw him. So if I'm not mistaken, the little eyes look like they're black outside with a red iris. So I gotta keep that in mind. Oh well, would you look at that? Muffins! They're coming up from everywhere. I just think of them as spores. I'm gonna fix your hat. You need a... There we go. And a finger here, and a finger there. So this time to pencil, since last time my usual clicky pencil kind of made a mess, I'm using this Brinzeel design pencil in 4H. Oh, I'm gonna hum again. Gonna put a little bit of filth around here. She's got big, wide eyes. Got a little bit of a lid, but it shouldn't go over the eye. Eventually I'll find a lighting that doesn't obscure the drawing every time I draw with a little bit of shadowing. What sucks is that I have a little bit of a headache, so when I'll take my inevitable ink drying break, I'll go get some Advils. I'll be fine. Of course, if you ask me what I'm thinking about this whole nightmare thing, if FNAF 3 was mostly hallucinations brought on by the faulty ventilation system, it's possible that this one, with them being dubbed pretty much nightmare animatronics, that it's even more in your head than FNAF 3, meaning this could be all a dream brought on by purple guy, since it's also heavily hinted that it's about the 1987, the bite of 1987. It's possible that it's the recurring dreams of purple guy that prompted him to go to the closed restaurant and dismantle the animatronics. That's what I'm thinking. Could be wrong, could be right. We'll know for sure on the 31st. Loose wiring. I tend to draw my loose wiring really solid because I always picture loose wiring to be full of copper and other soft, malleable metals. Let's see. They're cute little ears for the little robotic psychopaths. Now, if anybody's wondering, I've never played a single FNAF game. I just really like the lore and story that goes with it. The reason I haven't played any FNAF games is that my computer is too expensive to punch through. When I jump, I punch. To the people giggling, explain that to my father, why it's supposed to be funny. Poor guy just wanted to make me jump as a joke and I punched him. In the arm, thankfully. Of course, I'm not gonna put a hat on top of Freddy's head, seeing as his hat is right here where he's pulling another little Freddy out. Probably gonna put some more of these on. I don't know what they are for. I'm putting them anyway. I like them. He looks more like crazy with them. Battle theme. One of the rare instances when pushing on the button, well, back then I should say, would actually have an effect. If I'm not mistaken, that music was used for when you win a battle and when you level up in the game. And a part of it was used for each time you gain a party member. Oh, now he's in Mushroom Kingdom. Let's see. Gotta make it jaggy. He's old, he's ruined. And my earlier assumption is probably why they look so worn, because that's how he's thinking. Because, well, they won't bother me anymore because they're all rotten in that restaurant. So the thought of them rotten in the restaurant is what makes them look so withered. Oh man, I love this. And if anybody complains I'm not accurate, welp, look elsewhere. Go look for somebody who cares. How about that? I love this song. So, anybody following the FNAF fandom, who's your favorite character? Or characters, if you can't really pick favorites. I myself favor, in order, Bonnie and Freddy. That's my two favorite ones. And this one is looking straight at us. Yeah, I'm not inking all that with a brush, that's for sure. I'm okay with a brush, but let's not exaggerate what I can do right now. I did go to Jet Pens and order an even smaller ink brush. I didn't get it yet. I'll get it soon. I think it's a Sumi style brush. Oh, there's a party member music. So I'm looking forward to try that out. So yeah, pretty much when you go on Patreon and support me, that's pretty much what I spent the money you provide on art supplies. My video froze. I don't like that. Probably just needs a refresh. Gonna keep an eye on it there, just to make sure the sound, when it actually refreshes, the sound is going to stay muted. It's not refreshing really well. Is it possible that the internet on my computer is messing up right now? What do you look like? Oh, that's what you look like. Okay. It's because the thing is, I try to look at the video at the viewfinder up here and at the drawing all at the same time to make sure everything's working fine. And right now, there's nothing really loading. There we go. Refresh. Good, 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 good. Now, if some of you are curious, the reason I pushed this back to earlier, one, I'm feeling a little more tired than I thought I would. Secondly, my mother, that sweet, precious cinnamon roll, too good, too pure for this world, wanted to have some lobster for supper. She finishes work at 6, and if you understand basic math and timekeeping, that's why I pushed this earlier, because I figured if I pushed it in later, I'd be a little too tired to concentrate. Is that the music for the boss or the sub-boss? I'd have to check by playing another game. I know that's a lot of drawing and redrawing, but sometimes if you want to make sure it turns out right, you want to at least draw twice with layers that you can erase, because it's not like a computer. You can't just make a layer vanish. You want something that you can actually erase. That's why I'm using a 4H, which is a very hard nib. Well, lead, I'm sorry. So it'll erase good, compared to a B pencil, which will have darker lines, softer lead, but it will be harder to erase cleanly. Well, I find, as long as I remember not to gouge the pencil in, seeing as I tend to have a death grip on my pencils. I'm trying to curb that. That's why I try to ink with brushes. Plus, inking more gently will save my wrist. Now, I'm lucky right now, knock on wood, ouch my head. What I'm wearing is really just a protection for the drawing because I'm left-handed and I tend to smudge. That's pretty much what it is. It's a smudge guard. It's not something to support my wrist or anything. But as I was about to say, touch wood, luckily, so far I haven't had a single wrist problem in my life. What I usually do after drawing, I have a set of stress balls made especially to exercise my wrist with 3 different strengths: soft, medium, hard, that I like to squeeze, especially if I feel a little cramp in my wrist. Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. That's boss music. I hear that and I can imagine Magda Knife, Bowyer, Yardovich. Who else? The Accent Rangers. I like the Accent Rangers. In a way, I wasn't very happy that the bosses didn't really have any deep story. But at the same time, when you end up at Smitty's factory, you actually understand why they don't have a deep story. Those who haven't played, don't listen. Those who have played, understand my plea. Hair. So those who have played Mario RPG, favorite bosses, favorite characters, favorite party member, favorite NPC, favorite area, comment. Don't be shy. Yeah, I got the game. I got the original SNES cartridge, booklet, player's guide. Player's guides, really. I have two, a little insert and a full book. There we go. Probably gonna use my pencil eraser for that. It's a little squeezed in. See? Look at that. That's what I meant. Oh, darker areas. Did I end up changing the nib on that? I still need to change that. Anyway, I'm gonna work with what I have right now. Time to ink. Yeah, sure, it works on a piece of paper, but when I put it... Oh, sorry about that. There we go. It's okay if it's a little shaky, considering he's withered. Now normally, I put the color before and the ink after, but I'm thinking this time I'm going to color it with markers. Because I feel like it. Been a while since I used markers, so... And it's okay because These are Copic multiliners. Here we go. And notice this part. That is bullshit. But this is true. No, it's not that it's bullshit. It's I put a lot of water when I work watercolors. I mean, a lot more than required, I should say. Is that Midos River? Kinda sounds like it. There we go. He doesn't have his freckles this time. Usually Freddy has freckles. Then again, usually Freddy has a full face. Hey, hey. I know I didn't post the cut-up version of the previous live stream yet. That's coming this weekend. It's just that I'm at a new job right now. I'm in training, so of course they schedule me for a lot of time. Which is normal. But today I got to finish at 12, so I was able to go out, get some Pepsi, some lobsters, bread, garlic butter, all that good stuff. If I'm making you hungry, good, go cook. Food's good for you. I like food a lot. Sad moment. Sad piano. I'm still in the viewfinder? Yes, good. I'm getting used to this thing. There. Rip, tear, shred. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Filth. Sometimes I pick up the card and I play some more. I pretty much do that with all my favorite games, and I have a lot of them. You know what I would really like? If the problem is copyright. I mean, there's this game that only came out in Japan and Europe, which is part of the Quintet trilogy. Even if they say there's no such thing as a trilogy in that series, it's a frickin' trilogy. I call it the Time Reborn trilogy. What it is, if I'm not mistaken, Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia or Illusion of Time, same game, and Terranigma. And I own Soul Blazer and Illusion of Gaia. I don't have Terranigma. Terranigma is rare, and it's PAL only. And I don't live in a PAL region. Yes, I do have a ROM. Would be nice to have the cart. I would just need a PAL TV, or at the very least, a machine that can work with PAL cartridges. But long story short, Terranigma is an absolutely amazing game. As with the others, it's a sort of adventure RPG in the style of Zelda. But basically what happens is you start the game in your village. You get out of your village because there's a sudden curse on it that you caused. And you have to beat 5 towers to free the villagers. And once you beat the 5 towers, you go to the surface of the earth, because you find out your village is actually underground. Surface of the earth, there's nothing. You have to revive the plants, the birds, the animals, and finally the humans. And then the game starts. It's got gorgeous SNES graphics. It's got amazing music. The game is delightfully long. And surprisingly enough, the hardest boss is not the final boss. Anybody who played it knows exactly who I'm talking about. It's the one place in the game I can't wait to get rid of when I play a new game. In the forest is super simple. Do is fun. When I put this on YouTube, I'll probably put a link to the Forest Maze song for people who didn't hear it. I like it. It's super simple. All you do is follow these patterns. Of course, now thinking of that lobster, I'm getting hungry. And if I'm not mistaken, that would be Rose Town after defeating Bowyer. They're very thankful. I don't think I'm going to put the background really completely black. Maybe kind of, sort of. It's because I want it to have a little bit of a red tint. But if I end up covering the wire ends, I'll just put some white ink on it. This is the brand of white ink I use. It's a Dr. F. Martens. Bleed Proof White is the one that I had to put some water in it. Because sometimes, out of nowhere, even if I close the bottle real good, it will dry up. A little bit of water, shake it, mix it up with a toothpick, and it's back to normal. Of course, you can see pretty much at what scale I'm working because I keep holding the card with my finger, and I actually have really small hands. Well, this ought to give you an idea of the size of my hands. This is my Deadpool Funko figure. If I back this up, there you go. Sorry. I don't know why I'm so gassy. I like this version of the underground theme. Oh my god, I just saw my hands through my live stream screen. Oh my god. It's like third, fourth, fifth person. Filth and grime and holes and filth and grime and holes. Oh, somebody just reached Yoshi's Island. Of course, there's Yoshi and Boshi. Did Boshi ever return as a character? Not necessarily full character, but kind of like a cameo like Geno in Superstar Saga. We were so happy when we saw Geno there. Would be nice to see these characters again. Geno for Smash Brothers. Of course, as usual, I'm gonna take a break right after this inking to give it a chance to dry, because if I try to erase the pencil too soon, it's gonna cause some serious smearing, and we don't want that happening. Oh, what does Freddy has in his magic hat? I can't really change my voice, but I'm pretty good at getting intonations right. Like, gosh, oh yuck, oh yuck. There we go. Live streaming is asking a lot from my phone. I make sure I charge it up to the maximum before I go, and it's already down to 61%. Which is also, well, pretty much the other reason why I take breaks, in order to recharge my phone. There we go, much better on that part. Man, I wish my hand wasn't covering so much, but I pretty much did the maximum I could do to make it visible. I can't make my hand invisible. We don't have the technology. So I'll just move away once in a while so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, that's the minecart, isn't it? When you rescue Dinah and Might from Punchinello, oof, this is a lot of work. I'm almost done though, almost done. Sorry, was itchy. Eyes aren't equal, but that's okay. That's why white ink was invented. Sometimes I don't really follow my pencil lines if I think at the last minute that a line would look better a certain way. And I just go ahead and do that. Oh no! Just gonna take a quick break. Phone is ringing. Hang on.